In a world swallowed by sand, the weak die first. He was very weak. The strong owned the wealth. The strong owned the status. Which is why, on his last day, he reached for the sky. I am dying, he thought. I was too damn weak. Sandmancer of the Scorched Desert. Chapter 1. 100 years ago, a bright beam of light struck the earth. The light began to devour all life on the planet. The tiny blue cradle of all things soon turned into a massive desert. The few remaining humans had only one task left: build their own fortresses and hope the sand stayed outside. If you were going to destroy it, why leave the bugs alive? Someone took offense to that question. Oops, my hand slipped. Sorry. Tell me your name so I can apologize. The boy whispers it. Quiet. Just one word. Zeon. Just that. No surname. Only one name? You don't have multiple dads, do you? The men on this mining bus all share one quiet thing in common. Not a single one of them is actually a miner. Assault? Fraud? Theft? If you ask me, the bully guessed. Zeon answered with his fist. The bus filled with the music of bone meeting bone. Zeon stood up, bandaged, narrow-shouldered, very calm. You're wrong, dumbass. It's murder. He clenched his fist, and a memory came in with it. Strictly speaking, I didn't kill a person. In Neo's soul, only the strong are people. Some rat tried to steal my stuff. He died for it. Nothing special. Then the rat opened his mouth. My older brother is Lee Jiryong, you hear me? Awakeners are the gods of the new world. He'd just killed a god's pet. Zeon's eyes went wide. The name was a death sentence. Word spread that Lee Jiryong was hunting him. Zeon ran for the mining bus. The bully spoke. One quiet syllable. Hey. Zeon's punch sat in his palm like a coin a child had dropped. You done? The bully asked, smiling kindly. Zeon's eye twitched. Don't tell me. The kick sent Zeon airborne, briefly horizontal, briefly silent. He landed somewhere in the bus, breath gone, ribs negotiating their futures. You should have told me earlier. I'm here for the exact same reason. Why here? Why now? Do you know what I went through to escape an awakener? Looks like Big Bro needs to teach you a bit. You all agree, right? He asked the bus, glowing red. He's an awakener. The bus learned it together. He grabbed the floor and decided the bus didn't need wheels anymore. Then the bus left the road, and so did everyone in it. A bloody passenger sat up first. Oi! Learn how to fucking drive. The bus was somewhere it definitely was not supposed to be. The fuck's he mumbling about? The bloody one started. Zeon, upside down, kept saying it. It wasn't, we weren't going to the mines. What are you blab? Zeon finished it for him. We are being consumed? Outside the windows, only dunes. A circular mouth opened beneath the bus. Teeth. Endless teeth. The men inside became one long scream. Looking back, it was always a repetition of the same situation. Hands grabbed for any handhold the desert offered, which was none. Neo's soul, the awakener, the sandworm, always the same shape. Zeon screamed too. He'd earned it. So, me dying here is just because I'm weak. His hands reached up. Nothing answered. It's so cliché and predictable that it makes me yawn. Sure, I could imagine being a little stronger, but that's meaningless now. His body sat in the worm's belly, half buried, breathing sand. Then a single hand pushed back through the surface. The sand began to spiral. Slowly, then less slowly. Zeon's eyes opened. Something inside them had not opened before. He took one breath. Ha! Then another, and another, while his body decided what it was. Light wrote itself along his veins. The weak boy became something else. Outside, ruins of a buried city poked through the dunes. Hair, eyes, shadow. The world held its breath for him. The eye that opened was no longer a weak man's eye. He saw a tower lying broken in the sand, and further out, a city the desert had almost finished swallowing. The eye blinked once. Gold. More ruins, stacked like an emptied bookshelf of a civilization. Tears. The kind that arrive when the body remembers something the mind cannot. And in the dark, one bright point, like the strike returning to ask a question. A name announced itself in his head. Sand Blaster. Sand obeyed his hand. It poured around him like a friendly dog. It hardened into spears, and the spears went where he looked. The walls of the worm's belly opened around him. "I will survive," he said, and meant it for the first time. In this damned world where everything has turned into sand, he climbed out into the worm's hollow, sand running off his shoulders, on his feet now, bandaged, narrow-shouldered, and no longer weak. One eye now glowed white. The boy who reached for the sky had answered. Above him, the sandworm rose to its full, ugly height. It saw the small shape at its base and decided it was lunch. Zeon looked up at the worm. The worm was about to learn his name. The desert had taken everything. Now it wanted him too. The boy stared at the sand. Something moved beneath it. A vortex tore open the dunes. Something had been waiting down there, and it had decided to come up. It saw him through the storm. "You're the one," it hissed. Its eye was the size of a man. The creature reared. The desert howled with it. The boy stood his ground, just barely. He looked up, eyes locked on the thing that wanted him. Then the sky split open above them. A figure dropped from the sun, sword drawn. Her blade burned with golden light. She brought the sword down. The creature split open in a flash of gold. She landed without a sound. White hair, white cloak, sword still humming. She turned to him. "You all right, kid?" He didn't answer. He couldn't. He just stared at the sand. She lowered her sword. The light died down with it. The boy bowed his head. She watched him, said nothing. Around them, the dunes started to settle. "What's a kid doing this far out?" He didn't have a good answer. She offered her hand. He took it. Her partner watched the horizon. "We have to go, now." She paused, looked back at the boy. Then she turned and walked into the heat. He watched them disappear into the dust. She glanced back one more time. Then she was gone for good. Some hours later, the boy reached the wreck. A ruined vehicle, half buried in the dunes. He sat down beside it. The desert stretched flat in every direction. Inside the wreck, the old man lay still. He was already dead before the storm hit. The boy sat with him for a long time. He didn't cry. He was past that. When the sun dropped, he stood up. Something in him had changed. He raised one hand. The sand answered. An ability to manipulate sand. "I'll never give up on anything like this." He swore it to the empty sky. This entire desert, no, sand, spiraled around his clenched fist. "The whole world will become my stage." He started walking, toward nothing in particular. By dawn, another figure crested the dune. A man in a wide hat, pistol on his belt. "Kid, you shouldn't be alone out here." The boy stayed quiet, sized him up. "I'm not alone." The stranger's eyes narrowed. He saw something new in the boy's face. The desert kept its silence. Far away, she walked into a settlement at sundown. "I should have at least asked his name. I have a feeling I'll meet that kid again." Below Neo's soul, the slums never sleep. Tonight, a hungry stranger walked in. Rooftops, smoke, lanterns. A city built on cheap labor. An old man pressed a blade to his throat. Sparks flew. "Shut up. Keep your mouth shut until the person in charge comes." "Then what? You want me to put a bullet in your head?" The stranger only thought one thing. He was hungry. "Excuse me," the protagonist said, blade still at his throat. His eye caught something on the wall, a propaganda poster, "Making Neo's soul shine with our labor." "Dope, isn't it?" the old man said. "That phrase is surprisingly true." His hand opened, empty, calloused. What if Neo's soul's real energy source isn't monostones? He pointed the knife. "You! Rats like you obey, fill up easy. What a great energy source, no? You look like you're at the age to swim in the river in the nether." "So how were the sandworm's insides? Like your mother's womb?" The protagonist froze. People knew about that already. "This isn't a hideout. I'm here to make money." "Keki, bullshit. Let me show you something funny." Stacked crates. I collected them. The remains of the people who came here. He grinned. "Also, your future. Everyone tries not to enter the mines. They cling on until the end. Some sell their bodies. The gold runs through their fingers anyway." Scum like you leave nothing but filth when they're gone. I am eager to see what you'll leave behind. Whatever. How much was it? He tossed something across the table. A meat skewer. 10 sol. The fuck? Did you sprinkle gold over the meat? Everything's scarce here. That skewer was 9 sol. Tops. Ha! I can already tell how shitty your meat is. Sorry, I don't have that kind of money. Don't try to scam me. 10 sol? Are you crazy? The protagonist's eyes narrowed. I ain't paying shit, the old man laughed. Were you not suspicious at all, an old man doing business in a mine like this? Around the protagonist, red eyes opened in the dark. Now, what are you going to do? Calm down, old man. Let's talk this out like adults. Are you out of money? Don't worry, I'm not a bad person. I'll let you pay me in some other way, such as that monostone in your pocket. He knew about that too? Show me. I'll price it fairly. Do you know what I had to do to keep this safe? Old man, can I pay you back later, or... Old man, just bury him already. He's just a... Sandblaster. The old man lunged. Cut to black. Sand tore the air. Blood. The strike landed. Then the protagonist looked up. His eyes were no longer his own. Sand rose around his head, alive, like the desert was waking inside him. You okay? What were you staring at? Were you dreaming? The protagonist blinked. Fuck. Before the mines, before the threats, the Sandmancer was just a boy haggling. Here's the manostone you so badly wanted, he said. The old man weighed it. Worth at least 300 sol. 300? Oh, come on. That's 300, not 100. Everything here is valuable, the old man purred. Then his vision blurred. The nightmare came back uninvited. Those bastards, not yet, not yet. Just give me plenty of change, old man. Be careful. Lots of pickpockets and thieves around here. There's one in front of us already, the boy noted, dryly. The old man waved him at a heap of junk. Pick one, any of them. Geez, I expected something impressive, just a pile of trash. The broker watched him paw through the heap. What an interesting guy. He never takes a loss, such a petty spirit. Must be junk a caravan dumped here last time, he muttered. Looks like nothing here beats what I already have. Then his eye caught a small, dusty hourglass. This will do. You sure are interested in useless stuff, the old man chuckled. Right. By the way, what's your name, old man? Clexy. Old man Clexy. Let's never see each other again. Clexy only laughed. Kiki. I don't know about that, young boy. Back at the lodging, the boy turned the hourglass in his hand. Does it take 10 minutes for all of it to fall? Miner's lodging. All right then, he said. And he lay down to sleep. He woke, eyes open before the body remembered why. He stared at the hourglass and thought quietly. Move. The sand drifted sideways. Chich. So this isn't tied to my sandmancing. It was certainly his first time seeing the thing, but the strangest sense of déjà vu sat in his chest, as if it had been prepared just for me. Familiar, new, calling. He could not name the feeling. The door slammed open. You! New guy who just showed up. Why aren't you crawling back to the mine? Do I, Park Manho, have to drag you? The name's not Park, the boy said. It's Zeon. Park Manho answered with a kick that lifted Zeon off the floor. A fist closed in the half-light. Shut your damn mouth, the foreman roared. How dare you? How dare you talk back at me? Are you looking down on me? Are you? You babbling idiot. Talking back before you've even awakened. Got that? Stand up and just follow me. Zeon raised his head. Park Manho. I remember you. I'll make sure to kill you. Zone 3, mine entrance. The cart waited like a coffin on rails. Mr. Park Manho, just get this bastard some gear. Equipment and food, the worker explained, would be deducted from his wages. Zeon adjusted the helmet. Is that all? What's the daily wage? Do I really have to teach you basic mining? The helmet's deducted too. Keep that in mind. A clipboard man frowned. Shit. But that place is... You want to go there instead? Understood. Let's get going. Don't crawl back until you dig up monostones, or I'll kill you. Please screw yourself, sir. He had been told the mine was just a job. He should have asked who he had offended. The cage rattled down a shaft Park Manho had gambled away 3 times that month. Gambling, prostitution, drugs. Same vices as Neo's soul, same idiot in charge. The boy complained about his soft hands. The older miner promised him he wouldn't get hurt. Not one man down here ever got injured, not even once. Tunnel number 972. They had arrived. Just mind the monostones, the boy said. The old man told him he wouldn't be coming back. Over a dozen had vanished here, 4 of them under his own watch. Sorry, the old miner said, and thank you for going where no one else would. Wait, the boy said. Then everyone here died? The cage rose without him. He shouted up the shaft. Hey, hey! He just left. Seriously? So he swung his pickaxe, the way men swing a grudge. They had sent him here to die. May they all rot, he muttered. The pickaxe slipped. It tumbled into a fissure he hadn't noticed. Come back, he yelled, uselessly. He climbed down after it and found himself somewhere else entirely. The mana down here was thicker than the air. A civilian would already be dead, and it kept getting denser. He started to wonder where it was coming from. He went looking for his pickaxe. It was the only thing he owned worth a name. The handle had snapped clean. At least he had found it. Some luck left, he thought. Then the floor began to breathe. A red eye opened beneath him and looked up. Wait, he managed. What is this? The shaft swallowed him whole. A portal. Of course it was a portal. His parents had abandoned him, the neighbors said. They hoped he wouldn't die in front of their houses. He stole meat, the kind of crime small enough that everyone who could beat him did. Get that rascal, they shouted. He got that good at running. Run for your life, they said. See how far you get. Cut off his legs, they said. Just catch him. Drag him to Lee Jiryung, they said. That was the name on the warrant for his life. All he had ever wanted was a normal life, the kind that doesn't end at someone else's order. Then his face hit the ground. He came to with his cheek in the dirt and his head ringing. It was hot. It was stuffy. The dust under his palm was ash. He looked up. Whatever he had expected, this wasn't it. If I fell into a portal, he thought, that means I'm... Above him, the cavern was on fire and breathing. Inside a dungeon. He was inside a dungeon. Zeon woke in a dungeon of fire, thrown in to die. His shoulder hissed where the heat had touched it. Fuck, it's so fucking hot. This was no dream, and even Neo's soul prepares before a dungeon. Volcanic ash, heated sand. His lungs would cook if he stayed. Every entrance has an exit, the highest point of the dungeon. The mountain rose like a furnace at the world's edge. Stay still and the heat would finish what the fall started. Wrap the face. No monsters yet. Move now. He ran for the slope. His name was Zeon, and Zeon did not quit. Lava arched at his heels. Whew, that one was close. Spoke too soon. Please, please, he screamed, hand outstretched. The lava crashed where he had stood a heartbeat earlier. This lava ain't scary at all, he bluffed badly. On all fours, gasping, he felt the heat curl around him. Park Manho, you fucker. You're dead when I'm out. Anger only stole his breath, so he turned it off. I will definitely survive. Fist clenched. No matter what, I'll make it back. 4 more jumps, that was the math. 4 leaps across rivers of fire, and he was there. Don't stop. Move while you have time to think. His life would not end in a place like this. Then the mountain opened its mouth. Teeth of stone, a throat of fire. It struck. Lava cracked across the ridge. A claw scraped past his ear. The tail caught him hard. He hit the cliff like a thrown stone. Holy shit, how hot is this thing? He stood, and the volcanic ash bent around his hand. He couldn't be sure, but it seemed he could control the ashes. It saved him from the lava, but the heat was still winning. The dungeon's air was worse than its monsters. His nose burned, his vision blurred. He couldn't breathe. Am I dying? His fist hit the ground. Open. Spent. It hasn't even been a minute since I said I was getting out. I can't die yet. I've never even dated a girl. He pushed onto one knee, all stubbornness. No strength left. Dear old man Yama down there, take this leather bag instead of me. The mountain answered him. Something inside it woke. "You got something funny there," said a voice. "A voice?" Zeon froze. "Is it Yama himself? You can control sand. That's very interesting." "No way. No way it's him." A blade fell. The lava beast came apart in one cut. An old man, wild hair, red eyes, a grin that did not belong to a rescuer. Falling? The world tipped, and Zeon went with it. The desert had a new tenant. He arrived without warning and ended the silence. The hooded man moved through dust like he owned it. From the rubble, a single brown eye watched it begin. "Here it comes." A column of white split the sky and kept going. When it ended, the desert was a different shape. Grah! The boy in the rubble was, in fact, alive. "What just happened? I can't hear anything. Did my eardrums rupture?" He thought of the old man. He thought of the monster. He preferred neither. Bruised, filthy, still breathing, which felt, frankly, optimistic. Across the canyon, the hooded stranger walked toward the smoke. "He's different. He's completely different. This isn't the level of a strong awakened. Truly, an existence on another level." Beyond the wreck, the stranger turned his attention to the survivor. "What are you?" the stranger asked. The boy said nothing. "I asked your name. I'll count down from 3. 3. 2. The boy stayed silent, eyes wide, mouth dry. 1. Time, it turned out, also moved differently around this man. "Time's up." The stranger lowered his head a fraction and waited. "Well, if you won't talk, I can hear things now." "Then die." Wait, sir. I don't know what's going on, but please spare me." "Oh, so you're not some mute moron after all. I asked your name." "Zeon," he gasped. The blade hovered an inch from his throat. Zeon, what an idiotic name. A red blade hissed past his ear and bit the rock behind him. "Deordan, my name is Deordan. Calling my name idiotic, swinging swords. What is wrong with you?" "Hey, dumbass." Deordan was already done with the introductions. "It looks like you got caught in a snare. When a dungeon's mana oversaturates, it cracks open and vents through a second mouth. The vent latches onto living things nearby. That is a snare. Most people never see one. Rotten luck, kid. I'll show you exactly why you're a dumbass. Focus mana into your eyes and look. Don't see with your eyes. See with mana. Feel it." Zeon shut his eyes and tried, and then he saw it. The thing standing right in front of him. You finally see it. A beast with stealth abilities. Its prey die without ever knowing what ate them, just like you almost did. It had been right beside Deordan the whole time. Even he hadn't sensed it. Without this old man, he would have died, and never known why. Twice now, Deordan had saved his life. Just how powerful is this man exactly? Who are you really? You really are a dumbass, I told you. I'm Deordan, you brat. The old man who had saved his life twice now smiled and locked the trap. Who the hell are you to have power like this? A dungeon, the old man said, and now my hunting ground. As for who I am, see for yourself. His name carved itself in fire, Crayon. The dungeon began to fold around the boy. He covered his face. Nowhere left to run. Wait, what are you doing, Grandpa? Crayon answered with an explosion. If you're of any use, the old man said, survive on your own. And he flung the boy into the dark. That crazy grandpa, the boy thought, threw me to the swarm. Bites tore at his left side. The bastards were fast. How are they so quick? He gasped between strikes. Their feet left tracks faster than his eyes could follow. They keep biting my left side and I can't even run. He clicked his tongue. The monsters did not care. Even with the sand and both his eyes wide open, their attacks ran faster than his vision. I still can't keep up, he thought, blood in his eye. Shit, what do I do? He whispered to no one. At this rate, the boy would be dead in a minute. Through the smoke, a familiar voice. The crazy old man again. Answer me, Crayon said. Your ears are ringing. Listen anyway. Footprints in the blood. Enemies he could not see. Think, the old man told him. Think of something, you idiot. I'll show you why you're an idiot, the old man said. Gather mana in your eyes. Look at me. Increase the purity. Think of it as seeing with mana, not sight. Feel the mana, the voice told him. The boy obeyed, and the world detonated in a way only mana could see. Feel the monster's mana. See with mana, not your eyes. When the monster's mana comes close, the voice said, strike a counter at the closest possible range. Had the old man already seen this far ahead? He struck blind. Something tore open in the dust. "Who the hell is that crazy grandpa?" he shouted, alive. Far off, Crayon laughed. Fired up. First time in years. His grin stretched wide. More, more. "Bring them all on!" the old man roared into the dark. The boy had killed something enormous. He felt unimpressed. "What a shame," he said. "I was just getting warmed up." Around him, the dungeon still smoked. Spectators stared at the carnage. "Holy shit, I almost feel bad for the monster. How did he kill a monster that big?" The boy stood quiet, scratched and bored. He had stopped counting. Then something detonated, not the monster he'd just killed. He took the blast at the side and bit down a curse. Fucking hell. The flame chewed the floor open. He went down to one knee, ribs, screaming. Then the blood came up. A lot of it. Then someone laughed behind him. The wrong kind of laugh. Boss," the boy whispered. "That thing is—" The boss bared his teeth. "Kike, there you are." Something woke up in the smoke. Something bigger than the first one. A crimson drake, B rank and very awake. A wall of light bent the air around the drake. "Force field," the boy breathed. "Oh? A dumbass like you knows what a force field is?" "I've only heard rumors," the boy admitted. "Past B rank, monsters get traits, same as awakened humans. Like a rank crest. The color tells you which. Red means a fighter. Then the field went blue, the same blue the boss carried. The drake unfurled an ice that swallowed the cavern. The boy stared up. "That's a type trait? Fuck, that's overpowered." And there, dwarfed by it, the boss raised a sword. The boy understood in a clean, cold flash where he stood. His skill, his training, his pride. In front of that old man, it's all meaningless. The boss exhaled once and was already moving. His sword slid through the drake's blue field like a thrown stone through water. The cavern flashed white. The drake bared its teeth and answered. 2 killers, 1 cave. Steel and frost crashed in the middle. "Fuck, I'm going to die today," the boy decided. The drake widened its jaws to argue. The boss only smiled, because today is the day you cease to exist. End your suffering. The cave broke open. These lunatics, couldn't they just talk it out? He ducked, and a wing of ice missed him by a hand's width. The boy looked up. He had seen that face before. The boss was laughing now. Of course he was. "Ka-ha-ha! This is it! This is what I wanted! Doesn't it feel like we're at an amusement park, my dear Crimson Drake?" Then the floor went up in fire. The boy ran along the rim of it like a coin on a plate. Blood ran down his chin. He was still alive, for now. The blast launched him out of the cave entirely. He fell down a long red throat of sand. He hit the floor of it and didn't move for a moment. Above him, the cave kept tearing itself apart. He blinked the dust off and looked up. The drake's claw came down where the boss was standing, and it landed. "Fuck," the boy whispered. The old man wasn't laughing anymore. Inside the collapsing dungeon, a stranger laughed at the dying boss. The drake had once ruled this place. Now its head hung low. A single sword had pinned the title boss to the floor. "Even as a boss, huh?" the old man taunted, almost amused. The blade still hummed with the energy that had broken it. Stone cracked, smoke curled. The fight was almost finished. But the drake had one last roar left in it. "Looking for me," the drake hissed from the dark. The old man drove his sword clean through it. Jaws snapped open. One last defiant scream. Then the old man turned. He had not come for the drake. "I spent a year scouring this desert to forge crayon with your heart. So just die now," he said, and meant it. An ornate dark altar bloomed open in the dungeon air. The drake's heart, still red and beating, settled into the stone. An old crest flared awake at the offering. Inside the glow, a long-haired figure took shape. Crayon, the sword. It met its master in the air, fed by the drake's last warmth. The old man caught the reforged blade like an old friend. I see you got stronger, Crayon. Then a small voice cut in. Talking to a sword, were you really crazy? A boy was sprawled at the edge of the wreckage. Bloody, but breathing. Oh, idiot, you actually survived? The old man flicked him into the desert sky like dust. The boy hit the ground grinning, teeth out, eyes wide. He cratered the dunes and laughed through the dust. Ha, fuck. I really survived that. Man, I'm honestly persistent. Some crazy grandpa kept hitting me with shockwaves, so my reflexes improved. The old man hauled him up like a sack of laundry. Boss is dead. Dungeon's collapsing. Why are you still holding on to me? The grandpa grinned wide enough to show every tooth. Goodbye, idiot, he let go. Why, you crazy old man, you're even worse than Park Manho. He landed hard, somehow whole, on open desert. Behind them, the dungeon entrance was already closing. Where do you think we are? We're outside the dungeon. Listen up, idiot. I need your sand-controlling ability. Right now, your weak self is useless. So I'm giving you a choice. Walk that way, you'll reach Neo's soul. Or follow me and become a better idiot. What are you on about so suddenly? Follow you for how long? I don't know. A few months, a few years, maybe decades. The boy stared. The desert wind didn't answer for him. Either you go back to your familiar, easy life. The boy sat alone on the dunes, weighing it. Or you stake your life on a 99% death gamble. Now choose. 2 days ago, he awakened. Today, an old swordsman is dragging him into the desert. Choose? What a joke, old man. Are you really crazy? Give up my house, my bed, my shadow, for you and the desert? The old man does not blink. Yeah, exactly that. There's nothing more to discuss. The boy thinks it over. The desert waits. I'll go with you. I can't stand owing someone a beating. And you, old man, you're on the list too. You're the strongest person I've ever met. I doubt I'll meet anyone stronger. So I'm sure. The boy raises a brow. Sure that you'll die? Sure that if I follow you, I can become the strongest. You'll regret that conviction one day. Follow me, dumbass. We have a long way to go. And don't call me a dumbass. The sun climbs. The clouds flatten. The march begins. Within an hour, conviction tastes like sweat. Hey! Slow down. Old man, it's been 6 hours. Let's take a break. The old man keeps walking. He does not turn around. Why won't you say anything? What's with the mood swings? The sun bears down. The boy mutters, it's hot, 40 degrees, maybe 50. The sand drinks every step. At this rate, it's heat stroke or dehydration. What do I do? What an idiot. You can't even use 1% of your power. You command sand, boy, so why are you sinking in it? What about it? I'm just an F rank, not some monster like you. The old man's teeth bare like a wolf's. Stop your dumbass nonsense. So what if you're F rank or S rank? No one is born S rank. Even if they were, that's just an exceptional blessing. Will you throw away your whole life because you weren't blessed? The word lands and sticks. Blessing. Stop whining and figure out how to use what you've got. Dumb as hell. It's your power. Of course you know it best. Break the limits you set for yourself. Figure out how to grow. The boy clenches his fist. All right, get it now, dumbass. Figure it out or die out here. He plants a foot. The sand answers. Spires of sand rise around him in a wide, ragged ring. 5-meter radius. Could be better, but it's a start. He looks down at his sinking boots. If I figure this out, walking gets easier. Condense the sand under my feet. Make it hard. It's working. My feet don't sink anymore. Then his mana drains. The trick costs too much for too little. Focus the mana only on my legs. Oh, that's better. The old man watches and almost smiles. Oh, sweet youth. Trying again and again without giving up. That's a privilege of the young. Still F rank. Raw power and mana control near E to D. He can do it. The boy's boot lifts clean off the dune. Oh, it's working. Old man, look. Walking is so much easier when I focus the mana right. Heh. Bet you can't do this, old man. Comfortable as ever over here. A fist drops out of frame. Stop showing off, brat. Waste your mana out here and you die. Hurry up and... Oi, dumbass. Hey, breathe, breathe. After collapsing in the dunes, the boy woke to find a stranger eating his dinner. The old man called him a dumbass, then handed him a strip of jerky. It was, the boy noted bitterly, his own jerky. Eat while you listen, the old man said. This is a story from when I was young. Back then, even the weak could survive. Talent was optional. Protecting the weak was considered an act of great pride. But the world had changed. The old man, apparently, had not. If you've got a death wish, the old man said, just lie there comfortably. Otherwise, get up on your own 2 feet. The boy got up. His body was, for the record, in pieces. He'd guessed the geezer was old. He hadn't guessed how old. And yet the man was still working on the same piece of jerky. Not chewing, just letting it soften with spit. A clever way to stretch food where water was scarce. Could have led with that, Gramps. Gramps, give me one more, the boy said. Shut your trap, Gramps replied. Desert nights, it turned out, were as cold as the days were brutal. The old man slept hugging his sword, not the boy. By morning, the boy's mouth tasted like sand. There had been dew on his clothes overnight. The old man had taken it. He didn't tell me. He kept it all for himself. Wringing dew out of his own shirt was, frankly, beneath him. By dawn, the boy understood why the geezer slept with his clothes spread out. Just wait, you psycho old geezer. I'm getting strong, then I'm getting even. Hey, idiot, the old man, untroubled by threats. Can you feel it yet? The old man asked. Feel what? The boy snapped, still nursing a grudge. Then he felt it, a tremor under the sand, shapes pouring through the dunes. More than one, a lot more. Great horned hyenas. Nocturnal, technically. Hungry, definitely. Hey, dumbass, the old man called. Think you can survive this on your own? Or do you need my help again? The old man called from a comfortable distance. The pack closed in. Teeth, dust, snarls. Do I need your help? The boy whispered. Then his fist closed. I don't need any of it. Because I'm gonna survive on my own. His mana flared. The desert lit up. The first wave broke against him. Ha, you crazy bastards, the boy laughed. Damn it, just how many of them are there? Before they bite me to death, my mana will run out first. A plan. He needed a plan. Raw power wasn't the answer. Efficiency was. Less mana per strike. Smaller. Sharper. Think. Think. Hey, asshole, the old man yelled. I'm trying to think over here. That crazy bastard made holes in my arm. His arm was full of them. Small, neat, clean punctures. A hole, he murmured. The hyenas closed for the kill. Right, a hole. I just need to make a hole. Like this. The desert fight wasn't over. The old man was still teaching. In battles, mana is tied directly to your life, Grandpa said. Use the minimum killing force. Adjust to your opponent. Fight efficiently. The disciple watched him work, step by careful step. Then the great horned hyena boss laughed in his face. You mongrel! A claw the size of a man came down. Grandpa raised a hand. We don't spare dogs that bite people. All of you shall be slaughtered here, the boss roared. Lightning split the air. Red ran across the dunes. Grandpa carved through the pack like wind through paper. The disciples stared. That freaking grandpa, seriously. Around her, survivors of the pack circled and watched. Is he really human? How is that possible without a skill? The boss felt the air thicken. Is this a force field? You bastard, he snarled. Were you above Grandpa cut him off. For a leader, you sure whine a lot. The boss bared his teeth. Grrr! Lightning answered for him. Grandpa, it's dangerous, the disciple shouted. He stood in the storm like he'd called it down himself. Now that the massacre is over, he said. Die. And the boss came apart. The disciple exhaled. Right. Why would I ever worry about him? Grandpa walked back, a horn the size of a man on his shoulder. Oh, he said. You're alive, idiot. The horn has lightning attribute. Refine it right, and it makes a fine weapon. Dawn caught her staring at nothing. What are you staring at, brat? The sun's up. Start moving, idiot. Yes, the desert lit gold for a few short minutes. From now on, you gather your own food. No more soup. Hyena muscle is poison. Eat it, and you die. Flank meat is safe. She hummed along the dunes, pretending the lecture was a song. Plenty of food, only a little thirst. And her new skill, sandwalking, made the sand easy. Two figures crossed an empty world. Master ahead, brat behind. I can joke around a little, can't I? You shoved me into the sand. Ha ha, dodged it this to... For gay. Crazy brat, cocky over one measly skill, he muttered. Then she stopped. The wind had changed. Humidity? Am I imagining it? She wasn't. Grandpa was looking at the exact same horizon. On the next dune, she finally saw it. Her face cracked open in joy. The long-rumored real water, in a place that was supposed to have none. Oasis! Weeks into the desert, the disciple still hadn't learned the rule about water. He saw it from the dune. Blue, real blue. Oh my, it's real. I've only heard rumors about it. A pool of clean water, sitting calm between the dunes. The Oasis! Heh, water. How long has it been? Grandpa's eyes narrowed. He had seen this trick before. The disciple ran. Finally, and put his face in the water. Ah, I can feel it, he said, in this flaming desert. Cool water, spreading around his body. He could feel it. I'm hap... Then his eye opened, slow. Is that a light? It's so bright and warm. Why am I feeling drowsy all of a sudden? From far away, a voice. Wake up, you shithead! Grandpa was already moving across the dune. There was no oasis. The disciple lay face down in the sand. Above him, a pale lantern hung in the air. It had not been there a moment ago. The dune split, something long, something with a spine, bones the size of beams, teeth like fence posts. The lantern wasn't a lantern, it was bait. And the thing on the other end of it was rising. Grandpa came down from the sky, blade already drawn. One cut. The monster came open like wet paper. The disciple sat up. Holy shit, that's the rainbow that I've heard about. The desert had never thrown one before. That's a fulgurse, Grandpa said. Uses the light on its forehead to lure prey, then devours it. Ah, said the disciple, as if that explained the morning. Grandpa hit him, hard. Did you forget everything I taught you already? Idiots like you are the ones who die first in a desert like this. Do you understand, you dumbass? Yes. Grandpa pointed at the corpse. Skin it. Skin it? The disciple repeated. A fulgurse is a C-rank monster. Belly skin's soft. Perfect for a robe. Do you need a robe? Not for me. For you, you fucking dumbass. The disciple started crying. Hick, I'm sorry. And it's changed a lot, but a fulgurse looks a lot like a fish from old Earth. That's a fish? This is my first time. He stared at the body for a long time. Fishes are scary. He took out the knife. Grandpa watched. Are you scratching its back? This dead fish might come back to life since you're scratching it so well. Ah, leave me alone, he yelled at the dead fish. It's tougher than I thought. Then, focus. Mana sent down the knife. The blade brightened. Thin out a scale. Use it as a needle. Use a tendon as the string. Sew the robe yourself. He set the knife. This is it. Grandpa stared at the wreckage. Dumbass. You really turned a fish into trash. 8 failed tries. Tonight, the old man finally got it right. Mountaintop. Cold wind. The robe is finished. He calls it all done. He calls it complete. He grins. Welcome, he says, to Zeon Boutique. Zeon arrives. Calls him a dumbass. Old man cuts him off. Eat this, he says. Fulgurse gall. A precious medicine. Every gram. Refuse, the old man adds, and you're dead. Zeon hesitates. The old man doesn't wait. He swallows the gall. Burns going down. Cliff edge. Old man waiting at the top. Zeon climbs. He has questions. The old man turns. The grin is gone. Are you saying I made a mistake? Zeon flinches. The old man's fist drops. Then the air detonates. Red blast. Mountain shakes. Dust everywhere. Silence settles. Smoke clears slow. A figure stands inside the dust. Zeon, coughing, still breathing, still standing. The old man laughs, loud, pleased. Zeon walks away, robe across his shoulders. Wide desert. One small figure. The robe is the color of dried sand. He walks. The old man stays behind. First solo trial begins now. Hours pass. Sun bakes the sand. Zeon spots something. He stops walking. Wreckage. Bodies in the dunes. A caravan. Recently dead. Whoever did this is still close. The sand under his feet shifts. Sand erupts. Something massive surfaces. Zeon doesn't run. He plants his feet. His hands open. The dune obeys. Sand rises around him in a wall. First strike. A sand spike, lengthwise. It punches clean through hide. Then a second one. And a third. He moves like the old man taught him. Don't crush. Pierce. He learned that lesson. The robe blends. Sand bends to him. Sand blade forms. Long, thin. He swings. The thing under the sand howls. Blood sprays into the sand. The creature thrashes. Half its hide is open. Zeon doesn't wait for it to recover. Another swing. Cleaner this time. Then it stops moving. Silence. Wind. He breathes. First solo kill. He almost smiles. Then a sound. From every direction. Keek. Scorpion things. Dozens of them. Everywhere.